All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 27 of our Hard Times Hog Farm gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer. We got a jam-packed episode today. There's going to be a ton of things that we got to take care of. We got to get a new planter. We're going to be planting corn in the springtime, but first we got to get through the winter. There's a bunch of chores that need to be tended to around the farm, and some of the neighbors need us to come give them a hand. So we got a bunch of stuff to do. Let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 27. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing here, we've got to get this tractor fueled up, and I've got to get some of our plows sorted out, and we're going to head up to one of the neighbors' field. There's a huge field that the neighbors need some help plowing. So they asked us if we could give a hand. I said, sure, why not? So I want to get this tractor fueled up, and I'm probably going to end up taking up the Valtra as well, maybe. I might take the case, I'm not too sure. I want to start doing some chores around the farm just before we head up, though. I want to get some pig food dumped into the barn and get some slurry and stuff moved around. Just like our normal chores, kind of getting everything just set at the farm before we head off and go do some chores. Now, let's just go look. Field 32. This is where we're headed. This this monster, this monster is where we're headed. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Fent up there with a set of our plows and get him started just kind of while we're plugging away doing some of our chores, getting just kind of everything set around here, and then we'll probably head up with either maybe we'll take the case up there. I don't really know the hills and stuff on that field, so I don't want to be without horsepower, if that makes sense, because it'll just make for really slow going. I don't know that neighbor's field too much. We still got this field out here that needs to be plowed as well, but I figured we can kind of do that a little bit later on. We'll go get this done for the neighbors real quick. I say real quick, but I mean it's a massive field that we got to go tend to, but it needs to be done. They need a big field plowed. We're the crew around here that's got some massive equipment and massive implements. So what are neighbors for, right? We'll go help these guys out, get this plowed, and then we're November right now, so we still got a bunch of stuff that we got to do to kind of get ready for winter. Again, it's going to be tons of moving pig food from the production facilities into the pig barn. I want to keep stocking that pig barn up as much as I can. Pigs are still going through roughly their 140-ish thousand liters of food per month. Like I said, it kind of changes depending on time of day when I sleep through to the next month, but roughly between, yeah, 130, 140-ish thousand liters is what they're roughly going through. So both our pig food production facilities, they make 100,000 liters per month. So as long as I'm pulling over that 200,000 liters and dumping it into the barn, we'll never kind of run out. Plus that barn, I think, holds 700,000 liters of pig food. So I just want to get that barn as stocked full as possible. And then that way, even if we run out of any of our kind of parts of the recipe to make pig food, there should be enough in the barn to float us till we harvest. But I don't think we'll really run out of anything. I mean, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. We should definitely have enough based on the fields that we've worked. Like, we should finally be ahead. But who knows, right? I mean, I did get rid of our pig food buying silo. So I either jinxed us or it's a sign that we finally got to a point where we're kind of completely self-sustained with pig food. You know what? Something tells me we worked this field before. I think we came and did a big cultivating contract up here. Yeah, I remember this access road. Okay, let's try and get the tractor squared away here. Let's open these up. Let's go see. Yeah, I want to start this worker on the up downs. Yeah, we'll get this guy on the up downs, and I'll do two headlands because we're gonna come up with the other plows and we're gonna help out. But like I said, I just want to kind of get someone started on that. Okay, yeah, let's let's pull this around too while we're on this tractor. We'll get the slurry dumped into the production facility. Get the slurry dumped in. Now the pigs are doing good. Once I dump this in, maybe we'll run over to the barn and I'll kind of just give you an overview of the pigs. This will take a second to offload in there. Oh. I'm gonna spin this around. Actually, let's just go dump this in. Who cares? That slurry tanker's in our way, so we might as well dump this in and we'll check on the pigs. Let's run around here. There's offspring in 1 month. That's Buck. Buck's gonna have a kid in 1 month. So yeah, we're gonna be dumping in. He's with 373,000 liters in there right now, but we'll end up dumping another 100,000 in, because there's another 100,000 in the other production facility. We come in, all the pigs' values are at 1,800 bucks. This is Buck. This is the max value that we can get at is the 2,500 bucks. So our goal is to get all of these pigs to 2,500, and then we'll do one big massive sell of, you know, just about 2,500 pigs, 2,488, and that's what our main goal is. Pigs can be sold for profit. Pigs eat nearly anything. Yes, that is true. We've learned that. Now let's just spin around to, yeah, let's get this tractor kind of pulled around and back over to the slurry point. This tractor basically only pulls slurry around. That's it. It's still got narrow tires on this tractor from when we had to go fertilize. Oh, there's still a hole in the fence. Pigs are running loose over here. At least they don't go anywhere. Well, they don't go anywhere because they have food here, right? I don't want to run into them. Jeez. Everything we do to keep those pigs safe. Okay, let's go get some more pig food dumped into this trailer from our other production facility. And then I'm going to get the case tractor fired up. Yeah, we'll dump that pig food in, and let's tab over. Yeah, let's just jump onto this tractor right now. That tractor, I put a weight on it. I bought a weight for this tractor to kind of help, because when this thing's got a full tank of fertilizer, it's quite heavy. It's really heavy. So I've got I think it's a 1.3 ton weight on there. We'll see if that helps. If we got to get a bigger one, we will. Let's go jump into Big Red here. Get everything fired up. Yeah, this unit's pretty nice. I mean, it should be pretty nice. It cost us a lot of money. Disconnect the seeder. Let's pull it around. Now we've got another big set of plows right over here. We're gonna connect onto. And then we'll head up to that field. Nice. Yeah, these plows are pretty massive, I'm not gonna lie. They're quite massive. I think they're 27 meters wide. I had a set that were 22 meters wide, but then I was like, you know what? I found like that's a good parking spot for them. And I was like, I'm just gonna get the biggest ones just to help. Because we still gotta plow that other field, our other corn field. I just didn't get to it last episode. It's just too much on the go. So I still gotta plow that one, but it'll be pretty short work of it with this with this setup. Like, I mean, these are massive. Jeez, this is a nice tractor. This is a nice unit. Yeah, these are pretty massive. Oh, you know what? You know what? Before we do anything, it's kind of a bonehead move, but I am gonna spin around. See if we can back in here. We're gonna spin around. We're gonna get some fuel. I should have been paying attention to that. Good thing we honestly checked now. We're not that far from the farm. Let's go back. We'll get some fuel in this unit just before we go up there, because like that field's pretty big. We're gonna be doing it for a minute, and I don't want to run out of fuel. Definitely don't want to run out of fuel. I haven't run out of fuel in a long time. I don't think it happened. Did it happen this series? I don't think it did. When it does, it sucks, because it's just you're so You're always in the obviously you're always in the middle of doing something. You're never just like cruising by the fuel tank in the farm and you run out of fuel. That never happens. No, you're always in the middle of doing something, and it's very inconvenient. So, but I haven't done it this series yet. I don't think. Not that I can remember, unless I'm lying. If I'm lying, someone's got to tell me. Also, another thing, kind of while we're just chatting here and we're fueling up, the Discord is live. The Ultra Farmer Discord is live. You can find links to it in all the recent video descriptions. For the last few, probably like 10 videos or something, 10 or 15 videos. I put the link in the description, so you can go find it there. There's also a link under the kind of community notes on my page. That's right, I put a post in there. So if you guys are up for it, you should join the Discord community. It's kind of fun. We got some people in there now. People are always chatting and stuff. I got different way. It'll be a good spot for me to kind of communicate and with just everyone a little bit easier, since there isn't really a good way to do it on YouTube rather than just through the comment section. But the Discord, I think, will turn out to be pretty fun. I've got some cool ideas for it. I was kind of thinking, and you guys should tell me what you think about this. I was trying to think of like something fun we could do as like a community where we like play together. And I had an idea where I could get us a dedicated server, and then whoever's in the Discord, we could get added to that server, and we could like do either monthly challenges or like 3 month challenges. Like, so every 3 months we in the Discord we would like come up with some sort of a challenge, and like as all like whatever whoever the members are in the Discord that want to be a part of that dedicated server, we would like start up a map and we would try and do some sort of a farm. We would try and build some sort of a farm together. Well, whether it was like, I don't even know, like where we did a whole bunch of cotton or something like that. We came up with like a challenge, and as a community we had to like, people could log in whenever they wanted, play, try and build up this farm, and then like we could do it either monthly or probably like every 2 to 3 months would be good. Like a 2 month challenge where we start with like 100 grand on a certain map and with like a certain set of mods, and we try to build, I don't know, like a honey empire or something like that, or a sunflower empire, and we could make all these different challenges for us. And yeah, I don't know, it could be something kind of fun where we do like together. I don't know when I'm gonna find the time to come in and play with you guys, but I'm sure I'll be able to find some time. My schedule is like jam packed right now. I don't really have a lot of free time, it feels like, but I definitely would like want to do something like that with the community. I think it would be a good way to kind of way to get. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Join the Discord if you want. We can always put it in the general chat in there. I know a few people have talked about wanting to get a dedicated server, or one guy has at least, and that kind of sparked the idea for me. It's like, well, I could set one up for us, and like I'll pay for it and everything, deal with it. It's not that big a deal, and I can get all the mods and stuff set up, and then get people to, like, I can add people in. The only thing I wouldn't really know about is like if people are gonna, because like 90% of people who come in would just be fine, but there's gonna be someone down the road that comes in, they get added to the server, and they just go and just troll everybody and destroy a bunch of fields just to mess with us, and I don't want that. That'll put a damper on everything. So I don't know. I don't know how to avoid that. Maybe sometimes trolls like that are just unavoidable, but it would be nice to not have that happen. Okay, this field is gonna take us some time. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This will take us a country minute. Not a New York minute, a country minute. Let's get the, but we got these massive, gargantuan, green mile looking things. Jeez, I gotta be careful around the power lines with this unit. Oof. I mean, this thing is unnecessarily massive. I'm gonna spin around. We're gonna go left around the fields, just like a real race car driver. 26 meters wide. Okay, so we'll be able to do one headland, is what it seems like. Yeah, good thing we got this case tractor. This case tractor does got quite a bit of horsepower. I mean, this won't go too. These are good. They go 9 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure those other plows that we got go 12, 11 or 12. But I mean, it makes sense that when you're dragging something this big, it should go a little bit slower, just a little bit slower. Also, like another thing is like I definitely want to come back to this map one day and do another series. As I've like cruised around this map and I went and checked out a bunch of the different farms, like starting farms, there's some good ones. This is one of my favorite maps so far. This was Waseca County one. I kind of like maps that are a little bit like it's like the fields on this map aren't small, but it feels like a I don't know. It feels like a smaller map, if that makes sense. Like Riverbend Springs, there's all these like houses and there's so much like city to it. Like there's not much on this map for like city. It seems like a quieter, small community feel. You know what I mean? Like this is a small farming community. There's some big fields, but there's just a couple farms kicking around. There's yeah, some big fields, but it's like a smaller community. I kind of like maps that have a vibe like that a little bit, you know? Like the Hutan Pantai map, really wasn't one of my favorites. It was fun, the gameplay series that we did on there, but like the map itself really wasn't my favorite map. It was like the downtown area was like it was like you lived outside of like yeah a city and you're like trying to go drop off stuff at the farmers market downtown and it's like all the streets are tiny and there was so much traffic and it was just like I don't know, not not my kind of vibe. This like quieter community, there's just a couple farms with some big fields. I like these maps. I like these maps and I would want to come back here and do some sort of another gameplay series in the future. I don't know what, but I was thinking like cotton. Cotton would be fun to do on this map. Some big cotton fields. The cotton harvesters are small though, like they're only 6 meters wide, so it would take a minute to harvest some cotton fields, but could be uh could be kind of fun. Yeah, see that other plow over there goes pretty quick. Pretty quick. But this is what we're going to be doing for a little bit here. We got to get this field plowed, and then we're going to head back over to the farm. I'll probably just set a worker to plow our field and kind of get that all squared away. I might move some stuff around the farm, like nothing major. I just might move some equipment around and kind of organize it a little bit better. And then after that, we're going to be getting through the winter, just kind of coming back in every few months. You know, we got to do the chores, and we'll kind of just be going through. I think in the winter, what we're going to do is we'll get really dialed in and we'll find out exactly in a 24-hour period, right from like basically what we're going to do is just jump into a month, feed the pigs, and then jump through to the next month, and we'll keep track through December, January, and February and just see exactly how much pig food is consistently eaten. So that way it'll give us a good gauge. Springtime, we're going to go plant the cornfields. I think I'm going to buy one more planter, kind of just have a secondary one, a secondary smaller one, like we do with our cedar. We got that kind of smaller. It's a 9 meter wide cedar that we kind of got, and it just helps with the when we're doing the wheat and the canola. I think it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to go try and find us a smaller planter for the corn, just to kind of do the small fields on the south side of our farm while we're working on some of the bigger ones with that big blue Kinsey. Is it Kinsey? Kins planter is kind of my plan. So I think what we should do, maybe we'll just kind of time lapse the last little bit of this field. I say the last little bit of this field. It's gonna take us a minute to do it, but we'll time lapse this. So that way you don't got to sit here and watch me go 9 miles an hour. No, we'll get this field plowed up, and then we'll head back to the farm. If I can make these corners, we'll head back to the farm, and yeah, we'll keep doing exactly what I said. right, we got that massive contract done. That was a big field, but that plow actually is like, yeah, it's pretty intense. I'm just kind of pulling around here. The one thing I didn't do while we were doing that is go dump this pig food into the barn. So I'm going to get this dumped in right now. And, okay, there's a couple things I want to do. Let's go in and let's go look at our contracts. Let's go over to completed. Now this, they're giving us 80 grand for this. Again, we're just gonna do this for the neighbors, help them out. I'm gonna keep 1,300 bucks. That'll be our fuel and our wear and tear on our equipment and stuff. Yeah. So we'll collect that. But what I'll do is we'll go in and we will remove that money. We'll remove 80,000. And there we go. Like I said, we'll keep that 1,300. That'll be our fuel and our maintenance slash wear and tear on the equipment. Call that a day. The neighbors will like that. Okay, so another thing, this field, on the way back, I got this tractor to do this field. So let's fold this unit up. I'm going to bring this over and kind of park it. I'm just going to park it on the end of our main kind of like barn shop area. That's kind of the only really spot that I have for it because it's kind of a massive unit. Yeah, this thing's a little bit extra, but it works good. It works good, and luckily we got this big tractor to pull it around, so... I mean, this is a pretty good little spot for it right here. I kind of moved some stuff around the farm. I just kind of like organized the combines and stuff a little bit better. There we go. That'll work good there. Yeah, I kind of like organized the combines and stuff a little bit better. I kind of put them in their own row. It'll make it a little bit easier to get them in and out. And, like the Fendt tractor's back there, but it can park in front of this planter. And then I kind of moved the disc harrows and stuff over to the other section. Let's pull this guy out. At least get this thing parked away. Yeah, I kind of parked. I took the disc harrows from here. Shut that down. That can go there. This is kind of our yard pulling around one. I put the disc harrows back over there. And then I stuck another set kind of in this barn. Probably didn't really need to have two sets of those, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to spin this around. Actually, I could have probably just left that right over there. Let's spin this around and leave it right by the pig food making units. I want to head up to the store and I'm going to go buy us another planter. So we'll head up to the store and we'll go talk to them. Talk to the crew up at the store. We'll get a new planter and we'll head back down to the farm and then we'll just check on the pigs. And what we're going to do is we got to get through the next couple months. We got to get into planting season. But I want to go grab this now just so it's ready to go. I want to get into planting season, but as we go through the months, the winter months, I really want to keep track of the pig food. And that's what I'm going to kind of bring you guys along with. I'm going to bring you in each month. We're going to keep track. We'll keep a tally of exactly how much pig food is kind of being eaten each month so that we have a really accurate kind of idea. Am I going to run? Look at all these weeds and stuff growing there. Missed that spot. Missed a lot of spots weeding. But yeah, then we'll have the most accurate idea possible of the pig food that we're going through. And we'll get into corn planting season. Again, these planters are a little bit unneeded, but it's just going to help with the whole process of planting corn so I can have two going at the same time, which it'll just help. Because it's going to be a lot of running around as is. And then I've got a small set of rollers and a big set of rollers, which again we'll kind of just be running around with. And yeah, that's kind of my plan with planting season. But what one I'm going to get, I know it always comes out right over here, so I'm just going to park right somewhere like this. And let's go, what I'm going to get is this set, because this is a pretty good set. It'll plant and it'll fertilize at the same time. It's 9 meters wide. This is a really good set, except it goes extremely slow. I know this is only a few like 4 miles an hour more, but that like is enough. It makes a difference. These are all just too small. 4.5, 6 meters. I mean, this one's 8 meters. But what is this too? Canola and sugar beet? Yeah, that's not what we're doing. The other mods and stuff that I have in here are like these are good. These were good starter planters that we had, but this will just be the one that we get. And So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna sweet talk these guys and get them to fill it up with some seed and fertilizer for us. So I'll get that all set up and I'll bring us down back to the farm. And then, like I said, we're gonna go through each month and we're gonna start doing tallies on this pig food. So I'll go talk to these guys, show them my new hat that they gave me. They should probably be giving us more stuff. You know, we've only spent millions of dollars here. Like, so I think we should be getting some more free stuff, but that's just me. I'll go talk to these guys and yeah, I'll meet you back at the farm. All right, I'm just pulling in here, getting our new planters kind of parked away. Let's get that kicked off there. We got to fuel this tractor up. So I want to check on the pigs, but I noticed we needed fuel in this tractor, so I'm gonna just make sure and do that real quick before I forget. Let's fuel that unit up, and while that's going, let's run over here and let's go check on these pigs and see exactly where they're at for food. I'm gonna make a note. Now, this first month that we go through is going to be a little bit weird. And what I mean by that is, if you look up to our clock, it's 11 a.m. right now, and so I'm gonna sleep till we get till 8 a.m. And so technically, they're gonna go through less food. They'll go through less food from going like 11 till 8 a.m. than from say 8 a.m. till 8 a.m. So I want to know the max amount of pig food that they're gonna go through. So this first month will be weird, but so they're at 5,000 or 543,903 liters of food. So I'm gonna sleep through, and another thing we'll fill up next month is the straw. I want to keep going through the straw. I can't forget about that. Our manure's getting a little out of hand as well, but that's fine. So okay, I'm gonna sleep through into December, Christmas time. We'll see exactly how much the pig foods that they went through, and that now that's going to be 8 a.m. So the number's going to be a little bit less than it probably will be through January. I don't know if it changes depending on the season, but that's what we're going to kind of test and figure out right now. So I'm going to spin around. I'm going to get this tractor set up on our trailer. We're going to kind of do our normal chores and stuff next month, which will go quick. It's just going to be pig food, slurry, and then be sleeping through another month. I want to do the straw, but it's more just something not to forget about rather than like needs to be done ASAP. So, yeah, gonna go get into the next month and we'll check in and see how much pig food they went through. Okay, so we're back here. We're back at the barn. The food that's left in this barn right now, as of 8 a.m., is 413,283. So that means they went through 130,620 liters of food, which was from about 11 a.m. till 8 a.m. the next, day or month, however we want to look at it. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to leave everything and sit because I know they got enough pig food in there to get them into, well, no, because I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward time a little bit. I'm going to get us to around like 11, 12 o'clock, and I'm going to let these pig food making units kind of run through some cycles so that I can dump pig food into the barn. And then what I'm going to do is whatever time that is, say it's 11 a.m. I probably should have did this last month, to be honest. I'm just going to go 11 a.m. till 11 a.m. through the winter. So then when we get into January, then we'll have a full 24 hours slash a full month that we've went through. And again, I'm thinking it'll be around that 150, but that's just kind of what we'll do. So I'm gonna just do that through these next couple months, just getting the pig food and stuff put in. There's not going to be really anything that we're doing around the farm other than putting pig food in there and getting into the spring to get ready to plant. So I'm just going to do that over the next few months, and I'm going to keep tracks of everything, and then I will tell you. I'll go through the tallies of it when we get into April, and then yeah, we'll start planting corn and we'll kind of go over the data. So stand by, and I'll see you guys in the springtime. Hey team, we are back here. Welcome to April. I basically have, well, I have all the stats written down, but I don't really need to read all of them off each individually because the consistent amount of food that they go through each month in a 24-hour period is 149,280 liters. Brucey, that'll be for you. I'm sure you want those hard numbers, but that's the exact amount for 2,488 pigs, all at, I would say, like max maturity level. These are 22 months. I mean, Buck is the OG. He's 50 months, like he's giving her. But that's it. 149,280 liters per month exactly. That was like it's noon right now, and I went from like noon in March till noon now. So that's the exact amount. Now they've had a bunch of offspring in that time. They've had two cycles, so that's why we're up over $3 million bucks. Plus, I through the few months Yeah, I emptied this out too, and it's already full again. Like there was like 500,000 liters of manure in here. I emptied out. There's already 160,000 liters in there. It's massive. So yeah, that's what we got going on. But I want to get to planting. They got enough food in there. We got like I can go kind of pull stuff like that around and do that after, but I really want to go get planting some corn. So what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna get hooked onto this unit. Yeah, we're gonna get hooked onto this unit and we're gonna head out. I think I'm gonna take this unit right up to the far field and kind of work our way back towards the farm. If I could snake through here without hitting nothing, just barely. But yeah, I'm gonna head up to the yeah, the far north field, and we'll get started on that. So then that way we'll just kind of work our way back. I think I'll do that field, and then I'll be able to hit our new field that we bought here, and I'll take our small new planter and kind of just cruise around and hit all the south fields. The south fields and even the southeast field, or the one that's right kind of east of the farm, we'll go hit that. But yeah, like I said, I'll get up here. It's gonna be a bunch of running around as we gotta roll and kind of all that jazz, which I'll end up bringing probably the big rollers. Yeah, probably up here. Let's go check real quick. I can't remember how much horsepower those big rollers need. Where they at? Where they at? 350. Oh, okay. For some reason I thought it was like 500. Yeah, I thought it was like 500, so that's all right. All right, let's get a worker going on this field, getting this planted. Let's jump back over to the farm. I'm going to use this Fendt tractor for the rollers. So maybe let's go pull those rollers kind of up to that north side of the field. So then they're up there. And then we'll use the Valtra probably, or even the other little Fendt tractor to pull. Probably just use the Valtra, I think, down here. And then I can use that little Fendt tractor, our smaller Fendt one, to start rolling down here behind that new planter. That's kind of my plan. Now, I've done some calculations with the pig food and stuff, and we are basically just going to make it. We're just going to make it to July, to when we're harvesting the wheat and the canola again. We have corn and stuff left in the pig food production facility, and I also had to set down another greenhouse. We were running out of potatoes, so I put down another greenhouse. You've probably seen it there. It was like normal to me for a second, but yeah, that's new to you. I had to put down another greenhouse because we were getting behind on potato production, and so it's gonna be close to make. We're gonna just make it the year, which is crazy. Like even with all these fields, we're gonna just make it. Yeah, we're gonna just make it, which is wild. But make it nonetheless, we will. And we will accomplish the goal. The pigs are all sitting at $2,300 in value, except obviously Buck. Once they get to that 2 year mark, I think it'll be basically exactly the 2 year mark or the 25 month mark. They will hit their max value, and we will be able to do the final kind of sale of all those pigs. Let's start this tractor up and at least get this running. I'm gonna drop this unit right here, but we do. I think we'll still have to go do some fertilizing. I can't remember exactly which fields were all 100% or 50%. But let's get this tractor. Let's get this tractor hooked up to our new planter, and let's go get started on some of these fields. But yeah, we're just going to make it with pig food. If I have it calculated correctly, we have enough pig food to last us 4.25 months, and it's 4 months till we harvest. So we should just make it. Um, Through the winter and everything, it was consistent at that 149,000, 280 liters. So I'm hoping that that'll kind of stay consistent. Like it shouldn't change, but I don't I don't 100% know that it won't change. I mean, it was consistent all of those months, so I mean, it should stay consistent. But again, that was through the winter, so unless something changes in the summer. However, I would imagine that they eat more in the winter. Like their bodies are like, cold. Would it be like, I don't know. I feel like I eat more in the winter, even just like myself, but that might just be me. Okay, let's get this going. Let's get that hooked on. Did I not unfold it? Okay, there we go. I guess, yeah, that's right. We got to pull up the transport wheels there. This is a pretty good planter. Like, if you guys are doing your own farms and stuff like that, and like, or if you're building, kind of doing something similar for me, like a start from scratch, and you can get to the point where you can afford this planter, this is probably one of my best, like, early to mid game planters. It's 9 meters wide, goes 11 miles an hour. It'll plant and fertilize at the same time. I like that it's kind of like a dual unit where it's like it's a trailer if you want to park it, right? Like if you're trying to park it in somewhere, but then when you actually use it, it's just like it's attached right to the 3-point connection, which I just kind of like that a little bit better. I don't know, it just seems a little bit easier to kind of maneuver around though, even though I'm like struggling to get that corner done. It's kind of nice when it's just connected right to the 3-point, and still 9 meters wide. Usually the ones that are connected directly to the tractor like that are 6 meters wide, or obviously smaller. So I don't know. I'm just a fan of this planter. Anytime, and like I mean, it's 89,000. I believe it's 89,500. So if you're playing some sort of a start, even a start from scratch series, and you're trying to get a planter, if you go do a couple contracts, depending on your map, of course, you could afford this planter relatively early. And I don't remember exactly. Something tells me it requires 180 horse. I think we could check here. I just want to get through all these corners and such. Yeah, good planter, good option in my opinion, of course. Planting corn though, God, I love corn. I love doing corn. Part of me, just like I've said this before, I just want to do a full series that's just like 100% corn, just corn, and just straight up corn. Call like corn stars or something like that. Actually, I think there's a guy that has a YouTube channel that's called like the Corn Star. Pretty sure I've seen that before. So maybe we won't, can't steal it. You can't, we can't copy that name, but we can come up something with it, or come up with something for it. Oh yeah, corn. That would be a good one. We do it on flat acres. That map flat acres, and just find the biggest field and just do straight corn fields. That would be pretty cool. Um, yeah, maybe if we do that, maybe if we do the thing in the Discord where I get a dedicated server and we kind of farm together, which I think would be a fun idea. It'd be pretty fun. Then I get to hang out with people that like I've like talked to in the comment section, but have never like actually chatted. You know, it'd be fun to like to kind of get to know you guys a little bit better. Know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Now, hopefully, I know that planter over there has liquid fertilizer in it, and it obviously has a big tank, but we might run out. So at some point I might have to like run either to the store and get some liquid fertilizer for that unit, or bring it. I mean, I guess I could just set down. Either way, it's going to be kind of an inconvenience. I could just, since we're up there, I could just take it to the store. I don't know. I might have to get some like liquid fertilizer and get it brought to that planter. Although, you know what I probably would do? I'll probably just plant, and even if it doesn't fertilize, I'll just go fertilize it after. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Just be a little bit lazy about it, rather than running around just to get fertilizer on it. When we can spread fertilizer whenever. We can do it right after we plant if need be, or we can do it next month. But yeah, we're basically just gonna make it with pig food, which is crazy. It's crazy that it actually like took as many fields and stuff as it did. Maybe it's not crazy. Yeah, I mean, I know Brucey did some pretty good calculations on it, and how many acres we would need to feed X amount of pigs and stuff. But it just seems like we've got all. Well, I guess 2,500 pigs, man. It's like not a joke. All pigs do is eat, so pretty. I guess it kind of makes sense. This tractor, or it doesn't matter if this one runs out of fertilizer. Is that weeds that are poking through back there? No, it'll be okay. That will be okay. But yeah, that'll be the main plan is I want to get obviously all these fields planted. I'm going to finish planting this one right now, and then I'll probably set a worker to get started on the far south field, do that one next, and we'll jump back over and we'll get into the Fendt tractor. And then we'll be spinning around, kind of getting some of the rolling done. I'll go check on that big planter, our big new, or yeah, big blue planter up at those north fields and just see how everything's going up there. That field will actually get planted like relatively quick because that planter is like almost 20 meters wide. It's like 18.4. So that'll get that field done, like I said, relatively quickly. And then I'll do the field straight south of that after, which again, with that big planter, we'll be going relatively quickly. Relatively. And we'll just keep plugging along from there. After that's done, I'll just kind of be going through double check and even triple checking everything to see what needs to be fertilized either right now. Well, no, nothing will be needed to be fertilized right now because all our planters have fertilizer connected onto it unless we run out, but there will be some probably we have to fertilize next month just about no matter what. And I missed a little spot right there that I got now. Let's go over. Let's go through the road here so we're not just bombing through the ditch. Okay. Alright, let's get set on this field here. I'm going to set a worker though. Let them go to town. Okay, yeah, let's check over here. Not too bad. If I check on the map, it'll give us even a little bit better view of everything. So obviously this cornfield's done. This one's just getting started. They're probably going to be starting on headlands soon here. And then, yeah, we'll jump right down to field number 8, get this field done. Hopefully at that point, our tractor that's on 11 can jump over to 6, and we'll just go big set of rollers here, and then big set of rollers down to number 8, and I'll probably just chase my little set of rollers around 5, 6, and 11 is what I'm thinking. Yeah, this tractor pulls those hills so good. Obviously it should. It's got like 700 and some horse, so there should be zero issues pulling those hills. Should be at least. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of keep plugging away like I just said, and I'll bring you back periodically, kind of as everything progresses, and once we're kind of rolling and getting further along in the planting stage. Okay, so we're just back here. We're just kind of cruising along, rolling around. This field is dangerously close to being done, and then I'm gonna skip this roller. There's still just some headlands that's going on at this. I got to catch that other side, and then I'll be skipping this one over. Oh, this one's done. Perfect. I kind of wanted to bring you guys back as all this was progressing. So this roller is done on this field. So I'm going to jump him across and her across to this other field. Try not to hit the mailbox, as I always seem to do. Okay, let's get the rollers started on this field. Let's jump over. We got to move this slurry around. Actually, let's just go do it right now. I was filling that slurry tank, and yeah, we had to move that around. So let's just go do this right now. Get this dumped into the production facility. There we go. Okay, that can get dropped. This will actually drop in there pretty quick, and then I'll bring it back over to the barn itself, and we can kind of, hopefully that'll give it enough time for that one set of rollers to finish. Let's jump over. Yeah, that one's just going. This planter is, well, let's jump in the map here. So yeah, the rollers are just finishing on this field. Just got to kind of come around and do this top side, and then hopefully they'll be parking right around this area, and then I'm just going to be waiting to get them going on this field. Obviously I started the other rollers on 11. By the time 11's done, they should be able to jump over to 6, and yeah, we're just kind of cruising along, really. Let's go check this slurry. Oh, look at this. Look at this issue we've got here. It's kind of weird that it was getting jammed out like that. Maybe we'll just have to finish this field ourselves, because we're probably going to hit that fence. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we might have to just wheel around and do this field ourselves. That's okay, though. That's okay. And so what are we going to be doing next episode? So next episode, we're going to be getting into the summer, and that's when we're going to be getting through and getting our wheat and our canola harvested, and then there'll be a bunch of field prep that goes along with that. I'm not going to mess around with straw this year. I kind of thought about that a bunch, and like we still have so much straw from last year. I'll probably have to dump. I'll probably get rid of most of the straw by the time the wheat harvest happens. So like technically we could do it, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's just kind of an added unnecessary step at this point. I did all the manure and stuff in the beginning because it was, obviously it was good money and it helped us kind of build what we have. But at this point now, like, I mean, we almost got 4 million bucks. By the time summer hits, the pigs will reproduce again and we'll sell off all those little piglets, and that'll be another 500,000 kind of flush that we get. Like, we're really, the one thing we don't have to worry about right now is money. We have everything that we need. The only thing that we could potentially need more of is just more fields. That's really the only thing to expand on now, is just more fields, and then slowly buy more equipment, get another big set of rollers, more large tractors, two of the big planters, two of the big seed, all that stuff. That's really all that it really comes down to now. But the actual grind of trying to make a bunch of money, we accomplished that goal, definitely. Definitely. It's even with the slurry and stuff, we don't even really have to do anything with the slurry because it doesn't even really do anything at this point. Like every 6 months, we just get 500,000 bucks from the pigs for doing like absolutely nothing, other than just selling the excess piglets that are born. So, but yeah, that'll be what we're doing in episode 28. We'll be mostly getting all the canola and the wheat fields cleared off, which is, it's always a little bit of work. There's lots of running around. We got to be doing the fertilizing and all that stuff, and getting all the fields kind of ready to go. And then after that, in episode 29, will be like our main corn harvest. That's when we'll be getting into the fall. And like I said, we're doing corn, which is my favorite time of the year, obviously, all the way up until episode 30. So that's kind of what the next little bit is going to look like. We've started a new gameplay series, so if you guys haven't checked that out, go on my YouTube channel and look for the playlist Oats and Goats, which, if you can guess, we're going to be doing some goat farming. It's going to be a fun series. It's going to be precision farming, as well as the realistic animals mod is on that one. Yeah, we've got a goat and kind of a horse farm. Jeez, am I going to be able to catch all this? No, I should have just stayed on that outside run. That's okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing oats and goats as it starts, but or as it stands. We'll be farming, raising the oats so that we can feed our horses, and we're cutting and baling grass and doing that. It's kind of a fun little storyline that we've come up with. So yeah, make sure to go check that out. It's on the Elm Creek map, which is, if anyone remembers or played this game from Farming Simulator 22, Elm Creek was kind of like, if you're familiar with this game, of course, Elm Creek was kind of like the Riverbend Springs of FS22. It was kind of like the main starting map. Um, yeah, it was a good map. Can't really see with this fog, but it seems like there's more spots here that needs to be done. I wish I could turn the fog off, to be honest. Like, it's a nice touch of the game. Like, I appreciate the attention to detail, but like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the game. Like, the fog needs to just bounce. It's always so difficult to see stuff. Does anyone know if you can turn that off? That would be awesome if anyone knows that. Make sure and throw that in the comment section. But yes, Oats and Goats, the new gameplay series. If you haven't checked it out, I'd be happy if you did. Let me know what you guys think, as always. And so what I'm probably gonna do is we'll end this episode here, because I'm just gonna kind of keep going through doing what we're doing right now, get these fields planted out, get them rolled out, and kind of all that stuff. Next episode will be, getting all the fertilizing and stuff done, and like I said, getting into the summer months where we harvest our canola and wheat fields. So. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. I appreciate it like you wouldn't believe. If you haven't done so already, if you want to be notified and kind of be up to date when all the new gameplay series come out, or when new episodes of the series come out, make sure and hit that sub, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I post something every single day. I've had that streak going for a while now, so every single day there's something, either a tutorial or an episode from one of our gameplay series. So Should always be something new for you to at least check out. Maybe some of the tutorials you already kind of know about, but yeah, that is what I have for you today. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is that you're kind of watching this, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks again.